Howdy, 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 how you doing now? Hey. Alright, so, I did a remix of, What Could It Be? And let's go ahead and give a listen to that. I'll go ahead and slap on, one effect on there, through L2. Turn the rest off so we can show what we're doing to it and what it sounds like without any effects. After I ran the arc and I ran it through the speakers, and I mean, it's a fairly boring process. I didn't figure anybody wanted. I mean, it's the same thing I did with the other one, only through the speakers, and figured I'd shortcut it. Let's go ahead and just give it a listen.
Clouds are rolling, my bit of sunshine's taken away. What could it be? Tore my heart wide open, letting out a bit more rough and gray. What can it be? Breathless and choking, couldn't buy my favorite cure. What could it be?
This is what I meant to do. Go to this one here. Alright, so, sounds pretty good. So what I did was I turned on the arc system here. Use my new measurements that I have to correct the room. As you can see, the before, it's down here, and it's very weak in the bass area, and it's over in the high. So I was ending up with very trebly. So, okay, so, this basically adjusts it so that it makes it kind of flat. And I actually even did this so that way, like, you can adjust where the cutoff, because it'll compensate. If you have a subwoofer, that would have been great, but I don't have one right now. I'd like to get one, but whatever. So I just went ahead and cut it off about here, and that way it made it easier on my speakers. Because that bass will just kill, dude. It's huge. So after doing that, I found some deficiencies that I figured needed to be changed, and so let's go ahead and turn these on and give a listen to what it sounds like after that, and also the loudness here. Not a ton of change, as you can see.
The clouds are rolling, my bit of sunshine's taken away.
So I started thinking, what does it need? It needs a bit of glue, so I decided to use the Kive tape and bring that in here. And let's go ahead and give it just bring it a little bit further along the song, so we don't have to listen to the intro again. Jeez Louise Peeps. Just a subtle effects. A little bit of low boost, a little bit normal, a little bit of saturation.
The clouds are rolling.
Now through the speakers, it sounded like it needed a bit more bass. So there's this program called Bass Room, and if you can't really tell the bass on your own, I mean, if it sounds like they're balanced but it doesn't seem to be pushing, you can always pull this. If you have this, I have this program, and what it does is it'll analyze compared to different genres of music, uh, star engineers. You know what I mean? Rock, progressive, indie, whatever, and you can just read presets that they have. Just plain balanced master. If you wanted to electronic, if you're doing electronic music, I picked. I think I put pop, hip hop, pop rap. But you can also pick pop and then hip hop, whatever. I want the bass end to be thick on this. More than like the rap. What I find with rock is that it tends to be fairly lacking in the bass end for me. If it is, it's some kind of like rock rap thing where it tends to be kind of lacking in the treble end. It's just this constant, you know what I mean? It's like there's certain things that they do for no one's gonna be able to balance things out. I want all the clarity across all the signal, all the frequencies, but I want that kick drum to be, you know what I mean? I want to thump. Whether I achieve that or not, that's my goal. I don't know if I achieve that or not, but that's my goal eventually when I get all my skills done. Where I'm going, that's what I'm heading towards. And I'm taking any advice that anyone can help me to get that way. I've watched a lot of tutorials on mixing EQ, so I've got mixing kick drum and bass end and things like that, and this helps out. So I just popped it in there to add a little bit of bass end on there, and it's something I don't really have to think about. I do my best to get it in there, but it still doesn't seem to be quite right. And until I get the skills, fuck it, let's cheat a little bit. I mean, it's not. I mean, is it cheating? I paid for it. It's mine. You can only cheat with things that don't belong to you. I'd say, if it belongs to you, it's a tool.
The clouds are rolling. My bit of sunshine's taken away. What could it be? Tore my heart wide open. Bedding out a bit more rough than gray. What can
Now in my headphones, I can go down to 5 hertz, and I'm feeling the thump in my headphones. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be thumping outside. I can check with the monitors now with Arc, and so far I have done that. I mean, this is all done stuff basically. What I did right there was just change from from hip hop pop to pop hip hop, and it gave it a bit more bass. I like it better. The next thing I want to do is try and clarify some frequencies. So I brought up BXXLV3. This thing is absolutely amazing. It is a beast. It is a monster. If you don't have it, you can go ahead and kick yourself now, or you can go buy it or subscribe for one of your best bet would be the subscription plan, because I own like 70 plugins from Plugin Alliance, right? With the subscription plan that I've got, I locked in at $5 when it was on sale. Let me take a quick look here. This is everything that comes in with the $15. See all this? This is everything that comes with the $15. Now, I own a lot of it. They give away a lot of free things. You get 19 just for signing up. They're having crazy deals like all the time, but if you want to just like go, dude, I'd just rather have the whole entire library, sign up for the $15 a month thing, and then you get to keep 3 per year, and each tier above that, you have the same amount of access to all the plugins. It's just how many you get to keep per year. Pretty dope. And keeping 3 per year, like I said, I've got 70. This gives me a chance to try. I don't use a whole lot. So within that year, I can try out all the different plugins, find out which ones I use the most, make a little note of that, and then the ones I don't own, just go ahead and own those. And then in the next 2-3 years, just get at $15 a month. I mean, at $10 a month for me, which I mean, it pays itself off so much, because I can try out anything anything. If I'm trying to find a new compressor, I usually don't use this compressor. I usually don't use, I mean, they have backs, EQ. And that one is a very musical from what I understand. This one is in this is something I probably would never use, but I could try it out. This Gav Challenger Gav 19, I did buy that because it's got a really great sound. I got a lot of these I do own, but I don't own Hype, and I should give that a try. What does that even do? Oh shit! What have we done? Oh wait, there's an auto mastering thing, the plugin they have, don't they? They have an auto mastering plug. It might be an app. If it is, I'll have to. Okay, I already put that on this own little thing here. Sweet. So we're already building some new shit on a different. I think too fast for myself apparently, or God's just looking out for me because that shit. I didn't plan for it. The Mixline Vac Attack. Look how fucking cool this thing is. It's a vintage vacuum tube limiter. Now, do I use it? Not very often, but I mean, I can pull it out and break out and try it. Now, if I want to keep doing the $10 a month, if it's worth it to keep doing that, fine. But if I find it's not, stop. But so far, even the month that I didn't use it, there was a month or two I didn't even come in the studio. I still paid my fucking $10 because it was worth it. Because every time, I mean, from now and then, I would, although I didn't work in the studio, I'd come in and listen to things from time to time. And I wanted to be able to listen to like the actual mixes. I usually don't tend to listen to the WAV files. I like to pull up so I can adjust and make tweaks. It's never done. It's just, if anyone who mixes knows what I mean, it's never done. So I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, we can get a little bit of that bass out of there. And now the high is a little bit too high. Well, I mean, we want to adjust it. Oh, and there's that new trick I learned about you know what I mean? And you're just constantly just a little bit of knob here and there, and it's just never done. Which is why it's so fun. It's never done. You have to get to a point eventually where you're like, okay, that's okay. I'm going insane, and it's starting to actually get worse. Okay, every move I'm making now is just getting worse. So I think this is the best that my skill can do. And people out there might be going, "Damn, it sounds great. What are you talking about?" Like, no, it does, because like the sound we hear in our head is never. It just never will be because we have a perfect environment, a virtual environment in our head, right? There's no problems of air frequencies or different heights and volume, like the air thinner in Denver, so therefore you gotta adjust the bass a little bit because it travels. There's none of that shit. It's all constant, you know what I mean? And it's perfect. And so you're constantly chasing that perfection. And it gives you something to do. I'm gonna get that sound. No, you're not! But it's fun to try. Oh God, I used to love watching Scott try to get, like, he'd come to practice after like 2-3 weeks of having this brand new rig. This is it, man. This is the sound. Oh yeah? Because I knew it wasn't. It's like the third or fourth time. Yeah, this is it, man. This bass, that amp, this is it. All right. 4 practices later, whole new amp. This is it, man. This is the sound I've been looking for. Okay, cool. 2 practices later, new bass. Ernie Ball's got a, so he eventually started building his own, and then he's just got like wall. He says he's got gear acquisition syndrome. He's got gas. I'm like, hey man, what you doing your own time is your own business. Dude, don't be talking about that's between you and your doctor. I don't have the HIPAA privacy rights to be talking to you about this. All right, you keep that to yourself. You can get me busted over here like I was asking about your gas. All right, so yeah, there's tons of stuff, including like, oh yeah, whatever you could possibly need. EQs, amplifiers, Engel amplifiers, weird like audio things. There's more amps. God damn, that's one thing that sucks about Cakewalk. I wish I could just click it and it would stay there. The Rock Rack. That's free. No, that's the player free. Yeah, so the Rock Rack is actually the Stereo Maker, Townhouse Bus Compressor, Sculpt. You can compare Utopia. What is that? I don't even know. I got so much shit. I don't even know what this shit is. What is Utopia? Oh, great. Now I got to play with this. Shit. I'm sitting there like, oh, I got a good mix. I'm done. Like, no. Oh, and I was going to go look for the damn auto mixer, son of a shit. I might have to cancel just so I can just be like, stop. It's not. I mean, I've got it's. Yeah, it's fun because I never stop playing with stuff. So it's just kind of like, what if we change this compressor with that compressor? I wonder what a tube compressor would do. Not much, but I like it. This is too close to my middle name. The Laal, Lael is my, and it's supposed to be a. God damn it! Now I gotta do this too. A limiting mastering compressor that is supposed to be very like transparent limiter, and yeah, it's supposed to do the job that digital ones do even better because it's this one's modeled off of the actual hardware that's modeled off of the digital. It's insane. So it's okay. The digital limiters were better than the analog limiters, so they made an analog limiter to model the digital limiter, and it was better than the digital limiter because there's an analog. You can see the rack mounts where it rack lock, and you can rack it into your whatever. So they decided to make this digital. They digitized it so we could have it in the digital world instead of having to have the analog of the digital. I don't know if it's better or not, but it's mine. You shut the fuck up. You don't have it. I don't think, if you have the thing, I'm sorry, you do have it. So that's no, I shouldn't talk shit to someone who actually has it because that's pretty cool. How you liking it? You liking the package? Liar, you don't have it. Alright, so what I want to do is make it extra large. So this thing helps you do that. You can pick certain frequencies, alright? So you have the crossover right here. And this allows where between what mid-low and the mid-high are. Now, I thought this was just low, mid, and high, because it said low, but I didn't see the mid there. So this is like mid-low. So I'm bringing that up to about 500 there now to capture a bit more. And then the mono maker, I try to make everything below about 222, somewhere around there. I mean, that's a good round number. Fuck it, I'm not dialing it. I'm not that anal about it. Or am I? Yes, I am. So I'm not dialing it in, but I could. Oh, not 22, you jackass. 222. There you go. There you go. Nice round number. But as this comes into this, let's go ahead and give it a listen. You can solo frequencies. It sounds kind of messy, but you can either bump it or see? Sounds horrible in solo. These are the sides, what's going on the side.
What can it be?
The fuck was that? So we get -9 on loves. We got a good.
What could it be? Breathless and choking.
Got a good range.
By my favorite cure.
Integrated.
What could it be?
That's a pretty good master.
Wherever we
So you can see each little piece plays a part in the larger picture. So go ahead and reset all of this. Turn all that off. Now we're going to play with the little new toys, see what we have to do. Now that we've got the work out of the way, let's go ahead and save that. Mastering. What could it be? Yeah, I knew that. Don't display this again. Good thing about Cakewalk is it is backwards compatible and forward compatible and all that stuff. So you gotta like a forward thinking company. That's really cool. Ow, you're loud. Is this even for this? Make your track shine with hype. Oh, I think that's my boyfriend calling. No, he's got his own ringtone. That's just my phone ringing. Let me make sure it's not anybody that needs me. Oh, Chris, I'm coming. Oh, that makes me laugh too much. Don't you like kind of being blamed for shit you ain't did? Isn't that great? Yeah. So like, okay, so one of these great North Lakes integrated mental health things has been trying to get me to whatever. So I do their fucking intake, and in the middle of it, it just restarts. And so I'm like, now fuck this, I'm not doing that. That was them calling, like, do you need help with it? No, I need you to burn the fucking program. Because I'm a person that I can't really deal with shit like that, you know? So, like, every time I get through this long-ass intake process a second time, and it asks me for a proof of my insurance, and so I have to take a photo of my front and back of my card. Because apparently just entering the information and showing up with the fucking card is not enough anymore. They want me so that way they don't have to scan it when they get there. You know, I'm not a fucking nurse, but, you know, whatever. They'll probably tell me that, you know, if I do take a picture, oh, it's still blurry. You know what? I'll be in. How about you scan it the way you fucking need it when I come in? We used to do all this shit in person. And it was no fucking problem. I don't understand why it all has to be done on fucking line. Anyways, I'm not angry is the most important part. So I'm finishing out the fucking form finally the second time. Take a picture of the front of the card. I choose the fucking picture that's not blurry so that way it doesn't have to make me do it again. And form restarts. It's been a couple of days since the first time when it restarted. And I'm like, I can't do this right now. So I'm going to close this tablet before I break some shit. I'm going to walk away from this. I'm going to watch something else. I'm going to do something else. I like my tablet. Don't want it broken. Come back to do it again. Going through it. Resets his motherfucking self completely empty. I'm like, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done with you guys. I'm done. You get another fucking intake form or something besides the fucking portal that you guys are using, and I'll do this shit. Aside from that, your place can't help me. You're making me more fucking crazy. This is the intake process? Oh shit. I can only imagine how to get out of your fucking system. Fuck you. Did you need help? No, I need you to burn that fucking shitty ass program. No one else has it. Well, then I'm the one. You know? Normally people don't have their car sitting in their driveway and then the drunk drive through their yard and T-bone their car, but that's me. That happened to me. I was bothering nobody. I was sitting in my house, chilling. Bam! I thought somebody blew out a tire. No. Hit my car and kept on driving. Now I take the bus. Hey, it's $20 a month. It's cheaper than gas. Don't have to worry about insurance. I can fall asleep while I'm riding along because I have the earbuds in and it goes, your stop is, you know what I mean? So I just listen for that shit and just wake up. We're approaching your stop. Oh, sweet. 5-minute cat nap. That's nice. Thank God you're still driving, guy, because if it was me, we'd all be dead. Yeah. I mean, if I want to get on the bus and fall asleep from Kingsley all the way to Traverse, done. It's like an hour drive, man. Well, I mean, I can take a half hour to get to Lafreniere and then the other half hour to get to where I'm going. It's an hour extra nap, man. You shitting me? Get the fuck out of here. How many of you ride at where you're going, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, like, that was nice. Huh? How many? You? No. You? No. Oh, God, that car almost hit me. No, I don't even worry about that shit. Because I'm in a bus. If you hit me, it's going to be way worse than for you. It's going to be way worse. If you cut in front of a bus, it's way worse for you than it is for... Sure. I will have slept through it. Maybe even fucking have a, whatever. Then I'll fucking sue your ass for whatever. Did you not realize that the bus was charging down the road? Because these motherfuckers are serious about their schedule. They are not going to be late. I love it. Sometimes you hear that fucking engine kind of... You know what I mean? When it does that shift up because they pegged it. Because they're running a bit late because they had to stop at the bathroom or whatever the fuck it is that put them off of their goddamn robot schedule. And they don't want to get punished. I gotta make up a good 20 miles. Alright, so. This is not Cologuard, it's calling about my poop anymore. So let's check this out and see what. I don't really feel like doing this right now. Let's see what adapter. Utopia, you look kind of interesting. Let's see what you got. What do you got? What do you got? Dream of Utopia. Oh, this is a reverb, aren't you? Aren't you? Admit it! Admit it. You're a reverb. What the shit? What? You're an extra audio. Oh, I see what you're doing. Alright, so you're kind of like a secondary. No, you're not. You're lying to me. Okay, this is the original one. We don't want you. We do want you, though. So what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? That dude fucking cracks me ever so much. What the hell? Okay, so you're not. Okay, you're already muted. Gotcha. Okay, I got what's going on.
The clouds are rolling. My bed of sunshine.
I made you confess!
What could it be?
You are a reverb, you fucking ass. I told you you were. Liar! Alright, see what this can do. Fuck it, let's find out. You got anything like preset for mastering? Mastering presets, anything? I just want to see what it can do. But no one's forcing you. I mean, you can, if you don't like it, you can head on out if you want. It's not an insult, just saying. I don't want to hold anybody up if you want to go away. Musical stereo enhancement V2. Let's try V1. I don't know if we're ready for V2, okay? Let's see if we're ready for V1. And then, you're not ready for Let's Rock, okay? So just crawl across the broken glass and cry until that's done. And once that stage is done, then we can move to rocking.
Clouds are rolling. My bed of sunshine's taken away. What could it be? Tore my heart wide open. Bedding out in bed more rough than gray. What can it be? Breathless and choking, couldn't buy my favorite cure. What could it be? Away.
So you regular watchers know we've hit the 37-minute and 17-second marks, which means that it is time for the official opinion poll, as we always do every single episode. So, which mix sound better? Number 3. Number -5. Yesterday. Yesterday's mix was better. Goober. And I like it all. I'm a freak. Start the poll. Alright, so your options are, which mix sounds better? Number 3. Number -5. Yesterday's mix was better, Goober. And I like it all. I'm a freak. Starting poll now. Get your votes in. I don't want to see any fighting, like it always breaks down to this mad dash for who can get their, opinion in. I don't want to see any more of that shit. Why can't we all just get it fucking... I keep saying this every time, and you guys keep fighting with me, saying, because I know you have strong opinions. I get that. Do you have to get them all over my damn nice, clean chat section, huh? You don't have to, but you do it every goddamn episode at 37 minutes and 17 seconds. Why? See, look, you're arguing right now. Yes, I'm a goober and it was better yesterday, but that doesn't mean we've got to stop trying to make things better. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to mute that one. Well, let's listen to it real quick, and we're going to play back between the two and see if we wasted time or if John Henry kicked our ass.
Clouds are rolling, my bit of sunshine's taken away. What could it be? Told my...
Okay, for me, it's a bit bright. It feels a bit bright. It's bright, this feels a bit bright. We don't know until we listen to this if it's really actually a bit bright, if it's just, biased because I want to kick the machine's ass and make a better mix. It could be either one. I don't know. It's a toss-up right now. We don't know. It's anyone's guess. Until I hit play, you'll never know. So if I'm going to end this video, it should be now. So, good night. See? Good night. Okay, that was my mix. Strictly on the ARC. I used the ARC to correct the room and my monitors and all the shit, and then I came through and tightened things up on my shit there. So let's see what it sounds like. One more time. I'm going to listen to it, and then we'll switch faster without me talking shit. The second one will be the computer. Been fucking muted this whole time. I don't know how long. Oh well. The law showed me there that I can push the L2 a little bit harder than I normally would, with a bit more transparency. The kick drum just seemed to come forward more with the L2 than with the law. It seemed to grab everything and compress it all. Which that's necessary for certain things. And again, learning how they work is important because like if you're listening to the whole mix, it's the whole mix needs to come up. Grab the law. Like it just seems to need to tighten up and capture some of the. Oh, what's up, man? Is this still happening? Would like to hear both versions. Only thing which is kind of mine, the bass has a weird bump at 133 and seems very present. Snare has a ring around 3,000. Bit harsh. Kick gets a bit buried in the mix. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing to be completely honest. Yeah, I'm still going, man. I'm just doing what I do, and trying to mix things out. Let me show the law what this sounded like beforehand. I've been trying to use the ARC speakers to correct my room and stuff. I'm amateur at best, man. So none of this is supposed to be perfect. So if you got like a corrected room, I'll take your advice and try and adjust some of the stuff around what you said 1,000. What wait 133, and 3,000.
The clouds are rolling, my bit of sunshine's taken away. What could it mean? Tore my heart wide open, bedding out a bit more rough than gray. What can it be?
Thanks for the tip, man.
Face is broken, little by the hour. What could it be? Helping, couldn't buy my favorite
Yeah, I'm by no means any kind of professional or anything like that. I am signed to Blue Effects Records, but it's like a handshake agreement type thing, and I enjoy mixing and I enjoy learning. I watch stuff, and while I'm sitting around being bored, and I can then take out anything in the front. 16. Okay, helps clean up the tops. Sweet, I appreciate it. Because yeah, I've noticed that on my other mixes that I tends to be a bit harsh. And now that I've got some Behringer Truths, and now that I have arc the arc reactor, Tony Stark on the mind. Now I got the arc system. I can go ahead and I'm in Michigan right now. I'm from California, moved to Louisiana, been all over, man. What about you? Is it rain? That is rain outside. I should probably close my fucking windows. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I'm from like the 90s, you know? I mean, that's when I was really doing my thing. I'm like 48 now. And so, like I said, looking back on the 20 years of music that I've had, I've got a ton of songs. I'm like 9 albums that I'm going to be remixing for my final album that I'm going to do through Blue Effects. It's going to be my greatest hits. It's called Cracking Jokes in Hell. It's going to be 5. You know, I mean, because some of the songs back then had MIDI drums through the drum machine. Dope. That's only like 5 hours away, man. I went and saw Mark Lanigan in Detroit. Oh man, that was a great concert. It's on YouTube. Mark Lanigan's Shelter. Oh, that was so great. I was so high. Oh man, that was an incredible concert. I watched that from time to time when I'm just needing to like stone out and like flashback on a good time because it was pre-COVID. So I hadn't even heard the word COVID. You know what I mean? No one had. There was never any mask. All the politicization, all that was not yet happening. Oh, it was fantastic, man. I got tickets and shit. I got to talk at him because he he didn't definitely did not talk to me. I got to tell this before I continue on. So he's sitting outside talking in the front of the shelter, and he's just standing there like he's not Mark fucking Lanigan, you know? And he's talking to these two friends of his. And so I'm like, okay, I can't just leave. So I gotta go talk. I gotta say hi to him, you know, whatever. I was gonna give my autograph, or whatever. And then I realized he didn't want to do that shit pretty quickly. He just gave me a look like fuck off. All right, I do some electronic too. What HC and punk? Oh, hardcore. Nice. All right, like do you play also? Oh, you mainly listen to hardcore. So I mean, as far as like electronic, you got any stuff that you share? Because like I do. Here, I'll show you this real quick. When I'm playing music, some nights I'm just playing music and just yeah, I'm finally getting my bark to sound actually decent. My yell. So I've been working on my stuff with Troth, and it's dude, it's some incredible shit. Mike Nova out of Canada, hell of a guitar player, dude, just incredible. And yeah, it's been really cool playing with him. Ooh, that's a little bit ready. Yeah, I was in a heavier band when I was younger, and like my voice got out of the screaming process, you know, and so it kind of like I really blew it out here recently, trying to get it back in shape, and it was gone for a long time, but now it's I've shaved some of the top end off my voice, but the bark is very nice and fine tuned and ready to go pretty much at a moment's notice. I just keep it fine tuned by yelling at the fucking world going to shit. What the fuck are you doing? Why would that make sense? Okay, that doesn't make no god. What are you doing? The fuck are you doing? Okay, that really makes no fucking sense, man. Alright, whatever, man. The apocalypse is coming. Anyone hear that there's a goddamn, like a super volcano off the coast of the west that's imminent to blow, supposedly, off the coast of California or Oregon or some shit. Not to mention Yellowstone showing signs. Plus, there's earthquakes like all about, and Kilauea going off. Again, unless the news is lying, which I wouldn't doubt. One thing I know is that I like to play, man. And I like to get stoned. So let's go ahead and do some of this. Let's see if this sounds any better now.
The clouds are rolling, and my bit of sunshine's taken away. What could it be? Tore my heart wide open, bedding out a bit more rough than gray. What can it be? Face is broken, little by the hour. What could it be? Breathless and choking, couldn't buy my favorite cure.
So again, I mean, playing all the instruments, doing all that. I mean, that's me singing, me playing guitar, me doing. The drums are actually auto beat. I wanted to find out if I could write a song with the preset MIDI beats from Superior Drummer. I converted that over to BFD. I was messing with Superior Drummer to see if I could get it to work. It really couldn't do what my E kit can do. So I don't. You're serious? Yeah, I mean, I know. The thing is that the reason I'm laughing is because I love. I'm pretty insane myself. So like the more and yeah, it's more of a Joker laugh than anything, you know. You know what I mean? As I get older, my laugh is getting more and more perverse, and I don't know if I like it or not. It's getting sicker. It's getting more and more because like things are getting so fucked up out there. It's, yeah. You gotta have to laugh, otherwise you're gonna fucking do something crazy, right? So my laugh has gotten more and more sick, and the things that like okay, I don't know if you're familiar with Anthony Jeselnik, but I use him as a check-in from time to time. Like how long I can tolerate his comedy is how bad life's gotten. Because like if I can do more than 5 minutes, oh, it's gotten bad. And I did his entire special last time. It was nowhere near as bad as it usually is, and I don't know if I'm ready to check it out. Buki's finest. Buket's finest. What is that? You love Anthony. Okay. That's cool. But did you answer the poll? You didn't answer the opinion poll. The opinion poll goes, which mix sounds better? Number 3, number -5. Yesterday's mix was better. I like it all. I'm a freak. Too late. Poll's over. You don't get a chance to answer that. See, you had time. It's been up and running, but you didn't have a chance. You had a chance, but then you didn't. You didn't take the chance that you had. So you got to wait till the next video to answer a poll. Unless I do another poll soon. I don't know if I will or not. So you can announce your love for Anthony, but how do you feel about? What the fuck was that? It's like someone screaming through a goddamn blender. Oh well, that's something out there. Anyways, let's go ahead. 1 hour. My ears are tired from that one right now. I'm gonna go ahead and close that out and file save. I might just listen to music for a bit. You got any music you want to share, man? No, exactly. I'm just being stupid. 'Cause there's only 1 and 2, so the options are number 3, number -5, yesterday's mix, or I like it all because I'm a freak. Hey, you too, man. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. If you like Gearedmah, there's lots of music out there free, and I'll be doing this very often. We just got some air. So we picked up Berlin. So it's obvious Berlin is now down with Cheap Gear guys. So that's, the entirety. That's how it works. If Bouquet's finest. Bouquet's. Oh, that's why you want me, because that's your name. Why didn't you say that, dude? Bouquet's finest, dude. That's what I do. I promote people, man. When you put it out like phonetically, I'm like, what? Why are you trying to get me to say something dirty? It gets me worried. I normally say it, but I didn't know exactly how to pronounce it, but that's cool. Bouquet's finest. Cool, man. Thanks for stopping by. And tell Berlin, all of Berlin, you guys rule, man. I hear you guys are working on some kind of fucking twisty plasma energy that might get us all some free. Fuck yeah! Dude, you know how embarrassing it'd be for Donald Trump and these Republicans to be backing goddamn coal and this old dinosaur fuel, and Germany just made precision fucking fusion sustainable for 8 minutes so far, with a twist of fucking thing that they said was like impossible or whatever. Other people gave up, and Germany said, fuck you, we're gonna do it. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, and they did. Fuck yeah. But think about it, if we get an infinite amount of power, what's that going to mean? That means, especially to run AI and to run a digital currency, this would be an energy, electricity that was not dependent on fossil fuels or possibly even connectivity, depending on how you do it. If it starts doing some of the radiant energy that Tesla was talking about, instead of having your powered speakers, your TV, it would have a receiver that receives from your box, it receives from outside the energy coming to your house and measure how much you're using, and that box would be coded to your little things inside your house. When you bring it in, it probably have to set up what your code for electricity is, and then it sets it up, and then it gets the fucking code. Your wireless, your speakers or whatever, they can be powered and wireless, so you can move them anywhere in your house. Your television is no longer limited to where your plugs are, because there are no more plugs. Your earbuds don't need to worry about having a long battery life, because they just pull radiant energy from the fucking that's being broadcast to the air. Your tablet, all that shit, it does not need to be recharged, because it never uncharges. It doesn't even need a battery. That's more room you could put for a fucking processor and whatever, unless the receiver for the energy was that large. But as time goes on, they make those things smaller and smaller and smaller as they get. That's the thing. That's the way it goes. Infinite scalability, unconditional. Scale it up, scale it down. If they need more energy from this, once they get this thing going and fully running, It holds more than just eight. I don't know if it held for 8 minutes, and they didn't even put it to full charge. They didn't even do it to full blast, and it sustained for 8 minutes. I think they killed it rather than, you know what I mean? So it maybe worked out. 8 minutes is way longer than anybody's ever had. And if nothing else, that little 8 minutes, if they had like some kind of AI fucking running on it, they could see exactly where it failed and fix it. And then, you know what I mean, 8 minutes becomes 32. 32 becomes fucking 64. Next thing you know, it's going all day. Like I said, if you follow it through, the eventuality is that there's nothing for humans to do. Either we're going to be actually watching AI do all the fun shit like making music, or it's going to be doing all the job, and we're going to be sitting there going, well, I mean, since I don't have a job, exactly how do I get paid? Right, no, you're making all this great stuff, but how am I supposed to buy it? But what job? Deliveries handled by drones, stocking the shelves handled by automation from the back, underground fucking tunnels that bring up from the back of the shelf, and then, you know what I mean, start stacking from the back of the shelf. When one's taken, it sends a fucking thing, like, you know, as it slides forward, it lets into like 3 or 4, and then like a new pastas come down the fucking conveyor belt, go underground, come up behind in between the shelves, and drop 3 more fucking pastas in there, drop down, and it's doing that like all day, going in the back to the warehouse, and it's all robots putting those things on the conveyor belt to go underneath and slide it from behind, and so that the shelves are always stocked. Especially if they're lined up, they won't be all fucked up unless people just start turning into assholes. But again, how are you going to buy into that when all the jobs are handled by computer? Well, we have some jobs that have to be watched by. No, you're going to make. I guarantee what they're going to do is start making a computer to watch the computer. To let everybody know, because I mean, you're making it AI, so it can tell you. Number 5 is broken. Oh, I've already repaired it. I just want to let you know that number 5 broke. And so I won't, without the new belt, I won't be able to, just like a human, I won't be able to repair it again without new supplies. It's alright, it's at 3 o'clock in the morning. I went ahead and took care of it. What are we supposed to fucking do? Universal income is the only way to do it. That would be, and then there is no rich. There is no poor. There's no better class. Like I said, a proctologist without patience is just a guy that knows way too much about his own asshole. A restaurant with no customers is just a place with a lot of spoiling meat and vegetables and all that shit. We all need each other. We need to stop acting like one superior than the other. That burger flipper has other jobs and other interests and things. They may be in school for something like being a lawyer. They may be, if that's the only thing they're doing, they still may buy a lot of like video games. You can still be a productive person in society even if you don't really do much besides go to your job and then go home and consume. That's the way the society is laid out. You can still be a productive person in society because that consumerism, paying your taxes, paying your rent, paying for food, going to the movies, whatever subscriptions to whatever you have. I'm not here to judge anything because, I mean, shit, how you make through life is how you make through life. We gotta stop like judging people like that, baby, because like especially, you know, especially the women. You gotta stop judging guys for having porn. Like, do you want us to be fucking out fucking everybody, or do you want us to be fucking? I mean, which of the two? If I were dating a girl and I came over and she had a bunch of porn, I'd be like, okay, so 1, you know what the fuck you like, and 2, you're not going out finding people to figure out what you like with. You're figuring because all the research has been done out there. You're not doing anything new. Might be new for you. All the research has been done. You can just watch away and you know, figure out what, no, I don't. Might try that sometime. You know what I mean? You can do all that all day long without actually we should have stopped a long time ago as far as this advancement with computers, because I mean, once we took some of the burden off of us, that should have been it. But we're like, let's take all the burden. What the fuck, man? Thinking, planning your day, figuring out what to say to your spouse. I was is logging into one of those fucking things. It's like Copilot. What can Copilot do for you? And like, it was like, fucking write a love letter to your. I was like, seriously? I mean, memes were already the hallmark card of friendships, you know? And I agree with that too. So I always looked at cards. You know, yes, there's a good poem inside, but it's just kind of like, when you sign your name, it's kind of like, and me too. What they said, that's how I take it much more rather than a card than just hang out and say and talk, you know? But I don't know. Hour 18 minutes took a wrong turn somewhere in there, didn't it? It was lighthearted and working on music. I was gonna listen to some music. Let's go ahead and save this as the mastering. What could it be? I appreciate that input though. He's saying that I can't hear it over here, and he's saying that there is a rough spot in the. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind, because I mean from here it sounds fine. So I'll keep that in mind. That somewhere around 300 was it, and 3,000, 133, and 3,000 to 3,500, and which is somewhere that I tend to boost a lot. Is around 3,500. So I'll start cutting back how much I do that. Especially if he's listening on Genelec 8260s in a treated studio. This is pretty cool. That I mean, it's like all the really things. And then the guitar's a bit loud. He didn't really say like fucking garbage. You know what I mean? He could have been just a nice guy. It is. It's fucking garbage. But you know, for an American, you're all right. For an American, for a person who doesn't listen to shit and just acts like an asshole, it's not that bad. A person that looks like a shaved nutsack, it's not that bad. You're doing everything yourself? Yeah, that explains why it's shitty. So, yeah, I think that covers that. I grew up with people roasting people, man. Which fucking shit, dude. Like I said, you have to lie to me to offend me. Tell me something truthful, like you're biracial. Yeah, that's true. Biracial is bad. Depending on your standpoint, yeah, sure. That's up is down. Now you hold the fucking, you hold it, you hold the goddamn, you hold on. No. There are certain things that are fundamentally true. I'm an asshole, and I don't get along with people, and my biraciality may be contributing to my whole fucking assholeness. I don't know, but up is fucking up. And you're fucking up, because I'm gonna fucking beat you down and show you where up is up. And then when you fall, you realize where down is down. You hold on one goddamn second here, mister. It's time to come down. We're live. Spit happens. Everybody's so worried about being all perfect all the goddamn time. So much is just waiting for loading screens to finish loading. Jesus Christ, Manellis. Alright. right, so are we the same? Yeah, we're the same. Symbols loud.
As I lay there bleeding on the carpet, she staggers away over to my side. Blood on the lips of an angel, so precious, so solemnly and quiet, she sighed. Travel that road, but I see it's too late for this kind of advice. You're just gonna have to carry your load. Fly away from this ground. Now everything I have is broken. Take it from someone who's wandered that road. You don't ever wanna let it tell you no. 'Cause once you start falling, oh baby, there's only one direction you can go. That's waiting for someone to help you come down. Waiting for someone
Okay, I dig that, but I could it could use at least checking through the speakers to make sure that the frequencies and everything are correct. I think the levels are correct, but I don't think the frequencies and everything are correct. It's kind of blurry. I want everything to stand out and be correct. So that the arc with the new reading it at on the zero axis with the zero parameter has helped a whole lot. I feel, but I'm gonna go check out some of these mixes. I'm gonna put them on the my Dropbox so I can yeah, on my Dropbox so I can listen to them out in the living room, yeah, or in my listening room, and give them a chance to see what needs to be done. See if I can hear what he's talking about. The main thing is, like I said, if I can actually hear what he's talking about, then I'll be like, oh, okay, I can be on the listen for it in the future. Especially if when I cut it out, he said it sounded better. So, um, yeah. There was one mix I did, and I'd mixed it originally. It was going to be on. I had originally mixed it using Addictive Drums and their electronic kits. So it had like this very. It's a song called At First. Oh fuck! I play it. I don't know if I've ever played it on. At first, it was. I was going through my opiate addiction, and I was thinking how badly it would be. It would have been cool to have someone because it's quite an adventure. It's quite a trip. It's not fun, but I mean, it would have been cool to have been someone with me. He's kind of like doing like any of the things. Acid. I've always wanted to have someone trip acid with me, you know, and because you can get so much communicated if you are like actually together, you get so much communicated across. I guarantee after like tripping acid a couple times together, the two, if you guys actually were in love, you would be inseparable, completely, because you'd understand everything completely about each other, or you'd be like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Because it makes you confront a lot of shit that you just wouldn't before. Internally, externally, all that shit. And it's really cool. It's really powerful. And that's one of the reasons why I'm hoping I can convince one of my doctors to do the JST. I want to find one of these psychologists that is willing to do not experimental. The JST is in clinical trials. I want to sign up for it. They just took LSD and converted a couple of things to get rid of the hallucinations. And after separating after 18 years, I was like, I need that. I was looking for LSD. I couldn't find any. And they said they got rid of the hallucinations. It's just the mental part of it. I'm like, that's the only thing I want. I didn't want to trip on the hallucinations. I don't remember what the name of the song is by now. What I was looking for. Probably off of 22. Drifting along. I've got so many tracks. Crime and Millies, man. If I pull this up, I'll see which one it was I was talking about. Close that out, close that out. I really don't remember. But there's 22. Box full of death. Besides the point. Those are downloaded. This is like stuff from whatever. My Dream Experiments. I really like these tracks, especially like this one here.
My world just came undone, and I can still hear you say, ooh, I don't care for it anymore. Please take it away. It seems like your world's away, and you're asking still to practice love in ways I never had words to say. My world just came undone. Yeah, I can still see you sway. You're beautiful. So drift away. Nothing's the same since you've gone away. Nothing's the same since you've gone away. So these memories like teasers cling to the bough. Remnants of dangerous moves, angel tears. Holding together, my eyes facing down, my eyes facing down, and I remember. Same since you've gone away. I remember something about broken glass. But it's too late, 'cause we're going all alone. So please, just take it away. Please take it away.
What was that song? There's a song that was about getting. At first, that's what it was. At first, that was the one. This one's like I said. It would have been cool to have someone there with me on the thing that they were willing to go. But this is a story about a person that kind of convinced their partner to go on the trip without letting them know exactly how bad it was. You know what I mean? There's a difference between going through the same thing like together and then another thing like he's misery loves company type thing. So that's what this one's about. Not the good way of two people going on an adventure together.